Good morning, my name's Ryan Littlestone from forexflow.live. Today we're going to jump into the market straight into the euro dollar. Now I've been away for the last couple of weeks myself, so I'm having one of those times where you need to find your feet, get back into the rhythm of things. But looking at this pair and how it's performed over the last couple of weeks, it's pretty much stayed within the range that it's been in recently, although we did have a little push up. So the first chart I'm going to look at is the weekly chart, just to get an overview of how the bigger picture is playing out. And if we look at that chart, we can see we had a big long-term descending trend line here that we've just nudged above, and at the moment it's just a little bit indecisive about whether we're holding above that line or just breaking back below, and it's sort of a bit up and down, but we seem to be following that line. So that indicates that the market's a little bit unsure around these levels before it wants to make either another big move and move higher, or if that's going to find a top and we're going to come down below. So it's pretty much a key level there, but it also comes in against another big line, a big psychological level at the 120 mark, which you can see from that higher red line there on the chart. So we've got a range at the moment that's pretty much 117 to 120, and as I say, that line could be a pivotal point in the fate of what happens next to this pair. And then if we bring it in a bit closer, we come down to the 4-hourly chart. We can see what's going on that line a bit clearer, and as you can see, we found resistance against it, and then we broke above, and then we found it as support, and then come below and resistance again. And as I say, it's very indecisive there. So pretty much what I'm going to switch to is looking at this 117, 120 range. Now we had a push up, as I say, into the 119 area, taking out another new high, but we didn't really get up close to that 120 level, and that's going to be a big level to watch. I suspect if unless there's big news, if we do see a quick run to that level, just on normal everyday market moves, I'm going to suggest that there's going to be some decent resistance there, and that's a level that I'm going to perhaps look to short on at least a scalp basis on a first-time test, and then we'll see how we go. But if that does hold and holds very solidly, then we could see another dip back lower towards the 117 area. But what we need to do in between is find the levels that are coming up in between 117 and 120 area. And the first of those levels is more of an intraday level, and it goes back to last week, is around 118.80. That's where we're going to need to see whether we break that, and if we do, then we're going to get another run at 119. We need to see how that plays out. If we see resistance built again at 119, then potentially that's going to change things, and we're going to shrink the intraday range. On the downside, as I said, keep an eye on this line, which is coming at today's money around about 117.60 odd. If things are quiet, it's these sort of lines that can come into play, and we can see the price get supported there. Anything big, any bigger moves, and we push underneath it again, look at it as a sort of pivot level. If we get a push down to 117, that's going to be somewhere I'm going to look for longs. News-wise, there's not really a lot going on. We've got the Jackson Hole this week, which obviously Fed's power is going to be speaking at, so a lot of the market attention is focusing on that. We're also seeing a bit of summer trading, so volatility is suffering for that. But then we get it is interspersed with any big news items tend to have more of a volatile effect, like we've seen in cable last week. That's because the liquidity is lower, so any big headlines or any jumpy moves are going to see these moves exuberated and bigger spikes and bigger moves. But otherwise, in the meantime, it's going to be pretty much range trading from what I can see at the moment. But as I say, I'm back from my holiday, so just getting back into the swing of things. So for this week, it's going to be watching and assessing, and as usual, I wish you good luck.